work for an organization called Women's Legal Resources Center. We are based in Malawi. We are a women's rights organization, and we are funded by IDRC through University of Western Cape to conduct a research under a broader theme of securing women's access to land. So we are focusing on whether women's access to land in both patrilineal and matrilineal societies in Malawi improves their bargaining power within household. And in our case, we're saying that bargaining power, it means being able to negotiate within the household for their own things as women, but also being able to make decisions, for example, being able to participate in decision-making processes within the household. Why? Because they have access to land. Basically, what we're doing is that at some interval, would come up with our research findings, present to the community. So the way we're presenting to the community was through the drama. So like we would have community-based volunteers that would tell them about what we have found on the ground, about the problems that women are facing on the ground, and then would ask them to come up with a play that would depict the problems that women are facing. So when we have a community meeting where all people have come together, both men and women and customary leaders, then the people that are performing the drama would perform that drama. So it would act as entertainment, but also at the same time educating people about what is happening within their community. Because we found it effective in that it was creating dialogue among community members on an issue that had been regarded as sensitive all along. So we're going into a terrain that had been very sensitive all along, and now we're introducing this thing to them. So it was almost like creating dialogue among people to see that land is indeed an issue for women and what should they do, that the situation of women should improve. So for example, for married women, they will access land through their husbands. For divorced women, they will lose access in their marital villages. But when they go back to their native villages, they will access land through their brothers, but most of the times it will depend on the goodwill of the brothers. In terms of matrilineal, you find that women would still say they have control. But when we dug deeper to see on what issues do they have control, we found that actually in some critical decisions that they have to make, they still have to consult their maternal uncle or their husbands. So that was what surprised us, that in matrilineal, where we felt that women are secure, because they are in their own land, among their own kinspeople. But it seems like their situation is also shaky. So you find that even though women own land in matrilineal, their bargaining power is still minimal. Yes. But we also found that in some instances where women felt their rights are not being protected or they are not being recognized, they also tried to assert their rights. But most of the women, the majority of the women that we interviewed, did not assert their rights because of fear, because of lack of knowledge, and things like that. Some of the things that we recommended is that working with customary leaders is an important thing that we have to consider, because we found that customary leaders, in our case we call them village chiefs, group village headmen and whatever. But we found that they are actually custodians of culture. So if we are to improve the situation of women within the villages that we are working in, we also have to engage customary leaders to see how best they can actually assist in ensuring that women are able to realize their rights. So we are saying that the research that we did was just like a foundation for us to know what is happening to women, and now what is the next step forward. So as an organization, we are actually continuing with the work to see how best we can engage policymakers at local level, but also at national level. Yes.